So, Wayward Sons, how are you guys?
Going, Jim? We're very well, thank you.
Good, pleasure to meet you. You're here at Download.
We are indeed. Yeah.
How's? I'm sure you've only just rocked up. How's it been so far since you rocked up here?
Well, we played. We opened the main stage actually. So we were played at 1 o'clock to a lot more people than I expected actually. So got to be sort of 20,000 people sort of in the audience. So. Absolutely brilliant. I mean, what's not to like about this festival, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic. And I'm hoping you got to play a couple of new tunes in your set, did you? Because
we're still on the process of promoting our third album.
Yeah.
So, we played like 2 or 3 songs from that, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Good. And I might have got this wrong then, but I'm aware there might be an EP on the way.
That's very true, yes. We recorded our second album. We recorded so many songs that we always had a view of trying to do 2 albums back to back, and we recorded a lot of material. And so when we put out the third album, even up the score, we still had songs left over from that as well. So we just thought, you know what, to kind of complete the whole cycle, we'll put out the final tracks that we'd finished off, and also we've included I think 3 or 4 songs that were B-sides and things like that off previous records that we just didn't think really had a fair enough airing.
Yeah.
So you get, it's a bit of a mini album. I think there's 6 or 7 tracks on it. So
brand new tracks, isn't it? Yeah. And then all the extra tracks from the first 2 records. So it's like a trilogy. It's like brings it all full circle.
A 2.5 trilogy.
Exactly.
So how come these tracks that are going on this EP didn't quite make record 2, record 1? Is it just because they weren't finished or they didn't fit with the others?
Luckily, we have someone with us who writes a good, healthy number of great songs. So it's the most difficult thing in the world for us to choose what to do with them.
Yeah.
You know.
And I think when you make records, you tend to sort of get your favourites as you're moving through the process.
Yeah.
And quite often you make mistakes with that. And so what I think we tried to do is we just tried to work on all the ideas that got us excited. But of course you can't put more than. You're lucky if you get 12 tracks on an album, so you end up with that thing where you go, well, what are we going to leave off? Oh no, what are we going to do? So it's tough, So we just sort of looked at it. We thought, well, actually, we talked to the label, and the whole idea was always to have an EP to sort of freshen up the campaign.
Yeah.
And so, we're very proud of these 3 songs. I think they're as good as anything on the album. And it's just a good opportunity to get everything out there,
Good, yeah, absolutely. So you'll be wanting to play it even more than you've got a chance to already. So where can people see you kind of, let's say, after today?
We have an appearance at the Grass Pop Festival next weekend in Belgium.
Nice.
So that'll be fun. And a week after that, we're at the Love Rocks Festival in Ferndown, which is kind of Bournemouth area.
Mm-hmm.
And then, what's it called in Stockport?
We've got a Firestorm Festival in Stockport, which is a new sort of boutique-y festival. Mm-hmm. We're doing quite a lot of those, which are great, And I think we're just securing a gig in Bradford as a kind of sort of a one-off thing. So there's a few things left, and then we're going to regroup and see what we're going to do next,
Yeah, what do you think that might be? Are you hoping to tour more? Are you going to be back in the studio? What's kind of floating around in your heads at the moment?
We're still behind. Like the second album got released, and then the whole industry got stopped because of COVID. So we never properly toured that record. And in the COVID period, we finished off what became the third album. So we're still we're not finished with that yet.
Yeah.
So we want to discuss what we're going to do with those first before we think about doing a new record.
So are we hoping to take it? Kind of what places are you hoping to take these records to?
Man, wherever you can. I mean, things have changed, as we know, so much over the last few years. Not just because of the pandemic, but Brexit's has influenced an awful lot of it's made it more difficult for bands to get into Europe. Mm-hmm. Although that seems to be easing now, it has to be said. So I think it's just a case of what we can find at the right time for us, and what and make it work as best we can. I mean, I think. You can't say much more than that in today's sort of rock and roll market. You just have to sort of do. But we've got good people behind us, and we'll see how it develops.
Good. Where haven't you kind of been to and played before that you want to get to at some point, even with maybe on this?
Well, America would be great.
Yeah.
Which is is tough. It is tough, but we've been all over Europe. We toured with Steel Panther and Black Star Riders, and I think it'd be nice to get into Europe at some point and do our own headline shows. I think that could be really cool. But in many ways, it's almost like you sort of have to sort of hit reset and go, well, what we're going to do now because of everything that's happened.
Yeah.
I think we've got to look at that, and which I think a lot of bands are doing. They're going, well, we need to reinvest in what we're going to do going forward. But you know, we love playing together, and we love the music we've made. So it's just you know, it's see what happens. You know?
Doing the festivals as well, like everyone does. But we know we do well. We always do well at festivals. I think we'd like to play a few more European ones next year if we can. So watch this space, I guess.
Good, excellent. Well, guys, it's been a pleasure having a chat with you.
Lovely, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Thank you.